Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has assured the flying public that no Boeing 747 MAX 8 is presently in operation in the country, insisting there is no cause for alarm. In a statement, the regulatory agency stated presently the accident aircraft type Boeing 737 MAX 8 is not in operation in the country. However, the authority, in line with its safety oversight mandate enshrined in the Civil Aviation Act 2006, is consciously monitoring the developments with a view to take the necessary steps that will enhance the safety of all aircraft in operation within the Nigerian airspace. Following the concerns generated by the crash of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft belonging to Ethiopian Airlines, Nigerian carrier Air Peace says it has not taken delivery of the aircraft it ordered for 5 months ago. It will be recalled that the airline in September 2018 signed a whopping $1.1 billion deal with the American plane maker Boeing for the delivery of 10 Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. According to the carrier, the clarification became necessary in view of numerous calls and inquiries on the incidents involving the Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft. It said, although it is premature to comment on the incidents, we wish to assure members of the flying public that we're closely following and monitoring developments on the issue as an airline that prioritizes the safety and well-being of our customers. The job of a chief pilot is to oversee the scheduling, training, certification and general activities of pilots that work for the airline, and that's not an easy deal. That's coming from the chief pilot of Aero Contractors, Imole Ayo. She spoke to Channels Television on the sidelines of an event in Lagos.
Let me say right now, at least I could give instance for where my position right now. I think one of the most difficult resources to manage is human resource. So I'm having to deal with a whole lot of people now, or having to have a lot of people that I'm working with. I guess that's like one of my biggest challenges right now. But we're pushing it. It's been smooth as well. I'm happy. My crew has been very supportive of me as well. So I started with Aero Contractors on the Dash 8, 300 to 300 series. And I left the Dash 8, moved over to the 737, the Boeing 737. And then I went back to the Q400s, which is also a Dash 8, but a newer version of the older ones. And then now I'm back on the 737.
The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria says the upgrade of facilities in the nation's airport is an ongoing project, as the authority is determined to give passengers a most welcome experience at the terminals, especially at the flagship, which is the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos.
On the air side, there has been tremendous improvement in control. That's perimeter. We have 2 levels of perimeter. We have what do you call it, boundary fence as well as operational fence, just a second layer of safety. Then the operational fence will normally come up with, is complemented by having a patrol road that goes around it. That's for the patrol of the area that is secured. So we have been doing that, and we have, even at the ministry level, quite a few projects were recently awarded towards attaining this at most of the secondary airports.
A memorial has been held for the crew of the Ethiopian Airlines plane that crashed on Sunday, March the 10th, killing all 157 people on board. People wept looking at photographs of the crew members placed on chairs on the stage. The Ethiopian Airlines 737 MAX 8 plunged into farmlands minutes after takeoff from Addis Ababa for Nairobi, the Kenyan capital. The victims came from more than 30 nations and included 22 United Nations staff. The pilot had requested permission to return, saying he was having problems, but it was too late. Half a dozen witnesses interviewed by Reuters in the farmland where the plane came down reported smoke billowing out behind, while 4 of them also described a loud sound. Away from the memorial, investigators have found 2 black box recorders from the wreckage, which will help piece together the plane's final minutes. This disaster came just months after a jet of the same model came down in Indonesia, killing 189 people and prompted a global aviation safety scare. The aircraft maker, Boeing, also had its share price plunge at the prospect that 2 such crashes in such a short time could reveal flaws in its new plane. The drop, around 7% in late morning trade, wiped nearly $16 billion off Boeing market's value, marking an abrupt reversal for stock that had been the runaway top performer this year in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. With the stock price near $400 a share, it was by far the largest drag on the price-weighted blue chip index on Monday the 10th. The company has already accepted orders for more than 5,000 of the new high-fuel economy planes, which entered service less than 2 years ago and are set to be the workhorses for airlines around the globe for decades.
First of all, my heart goes out to the 189 people who lost their lives and their families. It's a terrible humanitarian tragedy when a plane crashes. That's the number one thing that everyone should be thinking about, above and beyond the finances. But in terms of the effect on the stock, obviously the stock is down today. People are worried about whether there is a safety issue on Boeing's planes. We overwhelmingly feel that the planes will be borne out to be safe. We think Boeing is going to do whatever it takes to correct the issue if it does turn out to be something that is on their end. And that's something that investors are rightfully worried about today.
In China, the country's civil aviation regulator has ordered its planes to ground their Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes. That's more than a quarter of the global fleet of the jets. Ethiopian Airlines and Cayman Airways have also grounded the planes, even though the cause of Sunday's crash is still unknown, and Ethiopia is doing same.
We have grounded all Boeing B737-8 MAX fleet, which Ethiopian Airlines was operating and which was involved in yesterday's accident, as a precaution safety measure. But this does not mean that the incident was related with defects on this specific fleet. But we have taken this as an extra safety precaution.
Meanwhile, Ethiopian Airlines CEO Tewode Gebremariam says his team is fully committed to cooperating with all stakeholders to determine what caused one of his aircraft to crash shortly after taking off from Addis Ababa. He expressed his profound sorrow and deepest condolences to the families of the victims and their loved ones, and says the airline company is doing everything it can to provide them with the assistance needed.
We have already set up an emergency center here at headquarters. We have also family assistance at the airport in Addis, and another family assistance center in Nairobi. That's the destination, and unfortunately, most of our passengers, 32 passengers, were Kenyans. So we are also setting up similar family assistance centers in Canada, UK, France, Germany, and other areas. We don't know the cause of the accident. We will comply with all the international regulations. The aircraft manufacturer Boeing, American NTSB will come, and the Ethiopian Civil Aviation. These are the two mandated bodies to investigate, and as an airline will be fully supporting and cooperating with the investigation, and will know the exact cause.
Ethiopia says the plane was a brand new plane and was bought at the end of last year. It has over 1,200 hours of operation, and the senior pilot had a clean flight record.
Aviation this week closes on a rather sad note, and we pray that the souls of the 157 persons who died in ET Flight 302 rest in peace. See you next week. I'm Bukola Joe Kitumbi.